Hello everyone, my name is the Rad Man, and we are here for another episode of Sly Cooper Band of Thieves, or why do I keep calling it Sly Cooper? I've done that like 6 times when I've been thinking about what intro to do. I'm like, Sly Cooper Band of Thieves, and then I'm like, wait, this is Sly 2. The only one that's like actually titled Sly Cooper is Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
Hold it, Cooper.
And I don't remember what the name of this mission is.
Another policewoman hot on my tail.
Please, I led you here.
So that Claw Gang slip was a clue. Why are you helping me out?
I'm not as black and white as Carmelita. I know what a menace those clockwork parts are, and I don't want the likes of the Claw Gang putting them to use.
So what? It takes a thief to catch a thief?
Something like that. But if I'm going to trust you in this case, I need to know that you can keep up. Literally.
Yeah.
Don't fall behind.
So this is actually how we you know, unlock one of the areas that we saw, because Constable Neyla, quote unquote, happens to have a key, and she's kind of a jerk because she'll break all the breakables in front of you. And so she should break that one, yep, and she doesn't give you any coins. I found the easiest way to... Uh-oh, where the heck did she go? Flip, I hate that when that happens. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't because I clipped onto the wrong thing. So yeah, so you kind of got to be careful as you're going throughout this area. If there's multiple things to grab onto, you'll lose her pretty easily. And I already know this. And sometimes she won't actually kill those guys as you're following them. And that can get pretty hairy because then you're trying to keep up with her. And, you know, like 6 other guys are trying to kill you all the time. Okay, we're going to see where she goes because she might just go over there. Yeah, she just goes over there. And she's going to leave this guy for us. We're going to hit him. He's going to come after us, but he'll lose us pretty quickly since I didn't leave any traces for him to follow. And this first one's pretty easy to keep up with her. But later ones of this, which I believe there's at least one more, maybe 2, get a lot harder, a lot harder. And now we get to the point where she starts leaving everyone for you to play with, which is not very fun. Neyla, it's not very fun. Also, why do you not like affect the trampolines when you go over them? Like, that's one thing I noticed, is she doesn't really affect the trampolines, and she also didn't want to break my clue bottle for me, which I would have appreciated, you know. And this is actually an area that we have not been over to before, so we're just going to keep following her through here. She's breaking all of Dimitri's money baskets, I don't know what to call them. This is another area that we have not really been to before, and Sly's kind of freaking out because we got a guy chasing us. Oh wait, no, this is a different area. So, yep, here we go.
We should work well together.
Glad you approve.
Now, legally, I can't enter Dimitri's nightclub without a warrant. But I happen to have obtained a key to his back door, which a person
Happened
like yourself
to.
can use however he pleases.
Oh, we are.
That's not very
absolutely
subtle.
going to work well together.
Yeah, that's not very subtle, my friend. Anyway, yeah. So we have finally unlocked Bentley's mission. One thing we're gonna do while we're here is, oops, come on, is we're gonna come up here and, oh, that was a little bit of a fail. We're going to come and get all of the clue bottles that we can here, because 99% of these are actually impossible to get with Bentley. And then we also have another piece of fine art we can steal here. If you do fail these, they'll just reset, I think. Just in case, we're going to be pretty careful with it. Come on. So yeah, so now that we've actually sold something, he actually calls it ThiefNet instead of just the internet. This guy does not have loot. I don't really want to, you know, risk losing this painting. We can see that we have another thing over here. Oh crap. Run. What? Oh, there they are. So we can actually steal that with Bentley. So that's what we'll probably do. Sly, you fool. So I guess we'll just go grab this. I think it'll have reset that one. It doesn't come into render distance from all the way over here. It should have. It shouldn't have just deleted it. Nope, there it is. But actually, no, we'll come get this one up here because Bentley can't get up to it. And I'd like to steal all of the stuff here. I don't think it gives you any progress for stealing this, but that's more of a I want money, and these are worth like 200 each. So it's a really, really fast way to make money. Okay, this time just jump over without actually falling in. Thank you. I think what happened was I was so concentrated on the guard that I didn't notice what I was doing. And we're going to keep pickpocketing these guys. I might save up like all of our loot that we get until the end of the game and then sell it all there. But at the same time, while that would be pretty cool to see like how much loot we've stolen over the course of an entire Let's Play, that'll also take quite a while. And by then, we won't really have anything to spend our money on because the main reason I collect these type of things is, you know, well, one, because it's a collectible. The other reason is because money to buy upgrades. So since we have no upgrades available, we're not going to be able to buy anything. Let's come play as Bentley. So now Bentley is probably one of the most interesting characters to play as far as how his playstyle differs from the other two, because I'll just show you guys. So we can actually put guys to sleep, and then we can bomb them with bombs. And so if we bomb an asleep guy, he'll fall asleep, or he'll die really. And these guys are gonna find me, but doesn't really matter because we have bombs. And if you're really careful, you can actually take out these guys just with bombs. It does get quite a bit harder though. Anyway, let's keep going though. So we're gonna have to just come through the street because there's really no easy way to get Bentley or Murray for that matter onto the rooftops and stay there consistently, at least. Like, you can get them there for like a few seconds, but it's usually quite hard to actually keep them there because most of this stuff is made for Sly to get around with, which is actually a problem that they fix in the next game a little better than they do in this one. Anyway though, let's get on over here and we'll get ourselves a mission for Bentley. Yay, mission time, my friends. And I believe if you picked up the collectibles, it won't actually let you start any mission. So why does Sly know this? I mean, Bentley's the apparent explosive expert. Anyway, so we'll blow that up. And then we can shoot this guy. So, funny story, guys, real quick. When I actually was first learning how to play this game, I did not know what the R3 button was. Like, when I got to this mission, I spent almost 20 minutes trying to figure out how to open up the binocucom, and then getting mad when I couldn't close it again.
Pillars supporting that disco ball and I can get out of here.
What's with taking out the disco ball?
Its impact will shake the nightclub's front peacock side loose from its mooring. Look, I can't talk now. I've got to keep moving. Keep safe.
Yeah, so Bentley will actually change quite a bit over this game. Like, he'll get a lot more confident in his ability to do tasks. Anyway, as I was saying, the interesting thing is that when I very first played this game, I didn't know what the R3 button was. And I actually didn't know what either the R3 or L3 was for quite a while. So most of the reason I know where everything is in the levels is because I spent hours looking for it before I knew how to use R3 and L3, and I basically was determined to never ever have to, you know, look for them again. And then it actually took someone else coming over to my house. I think he was just a family friend or someone. And he came over to our house one day, and we were talking about video games. And we were talking about some video game where you had to use R3 and L3. And then he actually showed me how the R3 button works. And I was like, oh, that's obviously obvious. But I, of course, had not known that because most video games I found, like, even newer ones, don't really use the R3 and L3. Like, they're there, but most places don't take advantage of them. So I had no reason to ever know about them. And then we're going to bomb this because it's usually a lot more efficient to use bombs when you're playing Bentley to destroy stuff than it is to actually come over and hit it. Unless, of course, you fail at placing bombs, which I sometimes do. That one, it would have been better to hit it, but bombs are more entertaining. We can see one of the pillars there. Let's come place some bombs. Okay, destroy these, grab the coins. And this place is probably the second best area in this level for farming. Aside from that one area that we went with Sly in the last episode, that is probably the best area for farming coins in the game. Or not in the game, in this level. Most areas, like if you're going through and killing enemies and stealing stuff, you won't really need to farm coins, but there are certain gadgets that are more required than others are and will help you more. So if you don't buy those gadgets, sometimes you can end up needing to earn a little bit of extra cash so that you can buy them, because it'll help you. Anyway, and you can see if we bring Sly in here, we can actually do stuff in here. Like if you look up and to just straight up right there, that's actually where we put the bugged painting. So I'm pretty sure Dimitri is not going to be very happy when we blow this thing up. So there's 3 of these left. 2 of them are here. I believe this one is a double thick one, so you have to bomb it at least twice, if not... Yeah, I know it's at least twice. I don't think it's 3 times. And then the other one's over here, which is just a single bomb. That might actually be later where you have to double bomb stuff. Yeah, looks like all these are just single bombs. And I'm honestly really surprised that that thing is still holding on. And then we have our little spiral staircase with a thing in the middle for Sly to climb up of. So thoughtful of Dimitri to give him that. And then how do you actually get there? I need a reminder. Where's the last one? Oh, duh, it's over here. I'm like, where do I go now? And I forgot that this is a Sly area if you want to really get any secrets. I don't remember if there's actually really a secret over there. If there is, we'll come back with Sly and get it. But yeah, and then we break that, and it just evaporates into thin air, or vaporizes, whatever you want to call it.
Way back here at the safe house. And you were right. The peacock sign had half of its bolts pop off on impact.
Yep. So now that peacock sign is a little less secure. Let's see. Can I see? I think. Yeah, you're going up there. Not really sure why you'd go up there. We'll probably have to end up coming in here to 100% the game eventually, but most of the areas like that type of stuff, I usually forget about them anyway, so we'll see how long it takes me to remember that that's in there. Because that might also be, though, that most areas are just designed so that if you decide to bring Sly in, you have something to do with him. I think the only area so far that we've encountered that you cannot go back to is that area that we did the first Murray mission in, because that place is not really accessible at all. Like, it's like none. On the accessibility meter, it is 0 out of 0.5. So basically nothing. I was going to say 0 out of 10, but then for some reason I said 0.5. Don't ask why. I just did. And there's the safe house, and we're going to steal another priceless artifact. Not really sure why Dimitri has these already. I guess just because he can, because he has so many forged monies. But we're well on our way to being super duper rich. Let's check the time. Okay, we have enough time to do one more. I think we have another Sly one, if I remember right. Yeah. And we have a Murray one. This Murray one is probably... I don't know if I want to say my least favorite mission in this area, but it's pretty up there for how little I like it compared to most of the other missions. Like, most of the other ones have some enjoyability in them, That one really doesn't have any enjoyability for me, personally. But that's just my opinion. And sometimes you can actually hit these structures that are over your head, and the guards won't die from that attack. So you got to be kind of careful of that. Whoa. And I forgot you can actually do that. And I don't really see what the point of that is. I mean, it's just a slightly more powerful attack. But whatever. And we got this guy. And he's going to try and shoot us if we get in the open air above him. We got hit by a piece of charcoal, which I actually have been killed by. As stupid as that sounds, I've been killed by one of those before. It was just because I was on really, really low health. Or it wouldn't have happened. And the actual funny thing about this game is, like, in the last game, the enemies didn't really act like they heard any of these clue bottles. But in this game, they definitely react to you breaking them. Like, they will definitely wreck you if you break one behind them. I will loot this guy and then we'll break a bottle just because we can. So if you watch, see, he's gonna spot us. And oh, dang it, I think I actually originally came up here to get this bottle, and then I got distracted by the guy who saw me up there. We'll be kind of careful. Oh, these guys actually also throw dynamite if you fool around long enough with them. It takes them quite a while to get to that point though, but they will eventually do it. We actually have to be up, so we got to go over here again. And I believe there's one down there. Yeah, these clue bottles are not that hard to find. They're pretty loud in this game. The only reason that they're a little bit harder than the Sly 1 ones is, actually no, they're easier than the Sly 1 ones, because there aren't any in like the individual missions, but they are all over the hub world. Like, you do have to look pretty hard for them sometimes if you don't know the general area that they are already.
Okay, Sly. There's the power boxes which route to the printing press area. To take care of them, I'll need you to put a splice clip in those spotlights.
Sorry, Bentley, but those fans are spinning way too fast to walk on.
They can be slowed down from this control panel, but you'll have to do a lot of pickpocketing to get at it. The guards are carrying special fragile keys that will be destroyed if you attack. Make sure you pickpocket their keys before you take those thugs out.
Yep. So the gimmick of this area is you gotta pickpocket these guys and then you can hit them. And I've actually had this guy where if he comes too far, he'll actually force you out of the area in order to keep you know, in order to not fail. And there we go, we have the special key, which for some reason it doesn't break if we take damage, but it does if they do. So don't ask how that works, it just does. Anyway, which is a good thing, because this area, especially when you're down by that spotlight, is all too easy to take damage. And we're of course gonna raid this area for all the money we can. Let's go over here. We'll go over there in a minute. That really is I consider it kind of a secondary area, even though both of these are technically part of the same area. That area is just usually less of a priority for me. And then we're gonna come up here because we can actually get money if we get in here, and we can actually see that guards can hear us through the walls, which is pretty funny. Considering how oblivious most of the guys usually are. So we're gonna not get spotted by this guy when he turns around, because nope, I guess he does turn that way. I thought he turned towards the fan. Let's see if we can raid this guy before he gets too far. And sometimes if they're walking, your pickpocket will fail. That's just something you kind of learn to get the feel for. And, you know, you might be tempted to leave these guys alone after you pickpocket their keys, but I don't really do that because I like getting their stuff. And the number one like tip that I could give you guys for this area is do not get spotted. It is really, really, really hard to get those guys off your tail in this area. I had once where both the guys were chasing me and I was down to like one hit, and I evaded him, but then I think I died from one of the guys in the other section of this area, and I was so mad. Luckily, I don't think it resets your keys if you die, but I'd rather not die to remember that. And this area is like really good for coin farming too. The only reason I usually don't use it as much is because I actually usually forget that this area exists if I need to farm coins, because it's kind of one of the more out of the way areas, like one of those areas that you don't just stumble onto. Whereas that other area over by the water tower, I'll usually find myself walking along the water tower occasionally, and so we can actually see the guards through here, but they can't get through there, so it doesn't really matter if we smash up a bunch of junk on the other side of this curtain. And I actually used to not know that this curtain was here, so I'd walk all the way around to go get those guys, but really you can just cut through the curtain right there, which is probably how they designed it, you know, when you think about it. But I wasn't exactly the smartest kid on the block. Like, I wasn't dumb by any means, but I just didn't always think things through as much as I should have. Anyway, let's pickpocket this guy. We have 4 out of 6, and the last 2 guys are arguably the 2 toughest, because they, in addition to having their flashlights, as you can see, he's walking by the curtain now, which will make this easy. They have a spotlight that'll sometimes go a little too far and spot you. I think it's mainly designed to spot people on the dance floor, but it will shoot you if it spots you. So if it does move over to where it can see you, it'll kill you pretty quickly. Actually, I don't know why that was hard. I have no clue why I remember this area being hard. It's not very hard at all. Like, this guy's pretty easy. Oh, I know what happened. The first time I did this, instead of just like walking behind these guys, I'd wait under that table up there, over there, and I'd try and, you know, pickpocket them like once when each of them came by. I probably spent 30 minutes doing that before I realized, hey, if I don't sprint, because I'd somehow gotten into the habit of sprinting absolutely everywhere I went, I realized, hey, if I don't sprint everywhere, they don't hear me. And then I just followed them around, and that was the end of their keys. And then we're going to break all this junk down here because we're going to get... Yes, we got over 1,000 coins. Like, guys, this is probably the fastest I've ever gotten, like, that many coins. Also, we're getting achievements left and right so far. We might also do achievement hunting. I can't remember if this really has that many hard-to-get achievements. We could actually check eventually. Not right now, though. We gotta go slow down these fans. And I always get on that rail just because sometimes he'll fail to grab that if you don't. And I think something that they added in this game is you can actually unlock up to, like, all of the locks but one. Like, you can unlock the locks as you get the keys instead of having to collect all the keys and then doing it, which... You know, it's not that big of a change, but it is, I don't know, I liked it because I always hated in the first game having to find all the treasure keys and then do stuff with them. And now we're going to cause havoc, and kaboom! The box is gone. Yay! So now we can break into that room and not set off every security system under the sun. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Rad Man. That's going to be the end of this episode because the next 2... is there 1 mission left or 2? I know there's a Murray mission. There might actually only be 2 phases in this area. Yeah. Oh, now he tells us about pickpocketing.
A lot of coins back here at the safe house.
So yeah, so now he tells you about loot, which, like I said, I already know about, and I already told you guys about. We're going to do this, even though that'll set those guys off, and then there's another one of these under this bridge. There we go. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Rad Man. In the next episode, we'll be doing Murray's mission. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Rad Man. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye. Goodbye.